Hello, my name is Shatara Granger, and today I'll be presenting the national opioid crisis. These are my people. I will start this off by showing them a little short video about the national opioid crisis. National opioid crisis, presented again by Shatara Granger. By the end of this presentation, the learner will be able to describe the national opioid crisis. The learner will be able to explain at least two signs of national opioid abuse. The learner will be able to verbalize at least one way that the community is combating this threat to health. And by the end of this presentation, the learner will be able to state ways that they can make a difference in regards to the opioid crisis. National opioid crisis. What is an opioid? It is a class of drugs that could include fentanyl, oxycodone, hydrocodone, codeine, morphine, and heroin. Opioid crisis is a rapid increase in the use of prescription and non-prescription opioid drugs in the United States. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, regular use, even as prescribed by a doctor, can lead to dependence, and when misused, opioid pain relievers can lead to addiction, opioid incidents, and death. The impact of national opioid crisis. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that the total economic burden of prescription opioid misuse alone in the United States is $78.5 billion a year, including the cost of health care, loss of productivity, addiction, treatment, and criminal justice involvement. Signs and symptoms of opioid abuse: chronic constipation, small pupils, nausea, reduced sex drive, sensitivity to pain, shallow breathing, slurred speech, uncontrollable cravings, and inability to control opioid use. How can you make a difference? Educate yourselves, educate your peers, educate the public and patients, create brochures to hand out to your patients. According to the CDC, some ways that the community can help combat the opioid crisis threat to health care include alert communities to rapid increase in overdoses seen in EDs for an informed and timely response, increase the naloxone distribution, and overdose reversing drug to first responders, family and friends, and other community members in affected area as policies permit. increase availability of and access to treatment services, include mental health services and MAC or OUD. Support the use of the CDC guidelines for prescribing opioids for chronic pain, which encourages using prescription drug monitoring programs to inform clinical practice. Got a couple of questions for the audience. Can anyone describe the national opioid crisis? What do you think the national opioid crisis is? You can sit in video.
Opioid crisis is basically describing the different types of drug abuse and what we should do to prevent it and how can we prevent it.
It basically talks about prescription and non-prescription opioids and the abuse towards it, and how we can assess the situation and help, help the country reserve money and
To reduce it more.
reserve money and reduce the abuse of opioids in the process.
Okay. Brian, what do you think? The national opioid crisis. What do you think the crisis is?
It's a lot of
Extra question.
using drugs and unprescripted drugs. They shouldn't be using that at all, and that's all we try to get help.
Okay. LaWanda, what you think the national opioid crisis is?
I'm not sure.
Kind of some the stuff that I said in my PowerPoint. People misusing drugs and abusing drugs and using it. Prescription and non-prescription drugs. Okay. Can you tell me 2 signs of opioid abuse? Somebody that addicted to opioids?
Slurred speech and I guess nausea.
Mm-hmm.
Small people's
Can you repeat that?
A little sexual, right?
Uh-huh. Yep. And
cravings.
Yep, uncontrolled cravings. Okay. What is at least one way the community can help combat this threat to health or help fight opioid?
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself, educate others,
Make brochures.
pass out pamphlets.
Brian, tell me at least one.
Seek counseling with someone.
Yep. Okay, and last question. How can you make a difference? Tell me one way you can make a difference in the opioid crisis.
Counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Give others information if you can't help them at the moment.
Okay.
Persuade the person that is the other thing they do other than that.
Okay. Okay. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for listening.